I just think that modern dating is so silly. Like, if there's a girl I like, I'm not gonna play games with her. I'm just gonna tell her that I like her. I don't even wanna waste my time approaching girls and pursuing them. I'm just gonna sit back and let them come to me. Interesting, bro. How are those strategies working out for you? Are you dating your dream girl? Have you built up that steady rotation of girls that you're seeing every week? Or maybe your dating life kind of feels non-existent, and whenever you're around those really attractive girls who you want, you kind of feel like you're invisible. And maybe that's made you feel kind of bitter towards women and question whether or not you even want to pursue them anymore. Look, the world has changed, and right now it's a very popular thing to say that I want to go back to traditional values and traditional relationships, and I think that's a very romantic idea, and I think there's a lot of really beneficial things about how things used to be in terms of relationships, but at the same time, we have to live in reality and we have to live in the real world. You know, back in my grandfather's time, when a man and a woman dated, they had a very serious intention to perhaps get married and start a family, and that was the priority. And obviously in today's society, hookup culture has become glorified through movies, through music, through all pop culture, and most men buy into this, and we want to be able to date a bunch of different women. You know, that gives us validation, makes us feel, more masculine and good about ourselves. And women also now have become, liberated to an extent, and they like to play the field as well. And a lot of guys are bitter and they don't like this. But again, this is the reality. The point is, the world has changed and evolved, and your dating strategies also need to change and evolve. Or not, but then don't be bitter and mad about it. All right, so Julia, tell me, while I get this pre-workout, what is a girl's expectation normally when she gets approached by a guy or she matches with him on a dating app? Like, what's gonna happen next?
So I think it's a little different when a guy approaches a girl in person, because she's a little bit more invested if the conversation went well, because she's seeing him in person. But in general, I think girls are a little bit more entitled because they have a lot more options with the dating apps. So our expectation is that guys are going to pursue us no matter what. So we want to see how much they actually like us. So we play this little bit of a cat-mouse game.
All right, ready? I want you to tell me some things girls will do as part of this cat and mouse game, and then I'll let you know what guys, how we perceive that.
Sometimes we'll take hours to reply to a text just to keep him on his toes.
Yeah, this one really sucks, especially if she eventually gets back to you, because then all day you're checking your phone, oh, did Susie get back to me yet? Not yet, not yet. All right, let me go back. Oh, did Susie get back to me yet? Oh, still not yet, not yet.
I want to get to know you a little bit more before we meet up.
Oh, all right, that makes sense, that makes sense. I'll message her a little bit more so she's very comfortable with me.
You want to hang out this week? Sorry, I'm really busy with school right now.
She says she's busy this week. All right, so I'll keep messaging her for the next week so she knows I still like her, and then I'll ask her out again next week. That'll work. And this is why it sucks to be a man in the dating market. Generally, our intentions are a lot more pure. I like you, I just want to hang out with you, and then they play games. But we cannot put all of the blame on women, because the dating market would not have gotten to where it is today, where women are so entitled, if we, as men as a whole, had not allowed it to happen. We've been there playing the simp and allowing them to toy with us the whole time. It takes two to tango, bro. Gains, bro. Workout complete. Now look, I want to give the bros credit where it's due, and that is in the gym. Over the last 5 to 10 years, more and more guys have gotten on their fitness grind. I see more guys in the gym every year, even though I think if we're being honest with ourselves, our diets a lot of the times are kind of crap, myself included. Luckily for all of us though, today's video is sponsored by Factor. Check it out, bro. Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals insanely easy by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. Not sure about you, but my holidays are already jam-packed, and Factor meals make it easy for me to fuel up while I'm on the go. And I save time with meals delivered ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes flat. Not only does Factor offer fast, simple solutions when I'm too busy to cook, they also help me stay on top of my goals. With offerings like Protein Plus and Keto, I can stay on track. And don't worry if your schedule gets hectic, because Factor is flexible. You can change up your order every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week, or even pause or reschedule deliveries anytime. Today we got chicken breast in this delicious sauce and also some broccoli. Flavorful, healthy, delicious. And because Factor is the sponsor of today's video, you know that they're hooking it up. Just head to go.factor75.com/howtobe60 and use code howtobe60 to get 60% off your first factor box. That is go.factor75.com/howtobe60 and use code howtobe60 to get 60% off your first factor box, or you can click that first link in description. Go check it out. Now, despite all of these new obstacles that men face in the modern dating market, it's actually very easy to win as a man in the dating market and not just have a little bit of success up front, but actually consistently keep girls interested in the long term if you do just one thing right. And this one thing is what we would call a pattern interrupt. All right, so a pattern interrupt is basically when things are going according to your expectations and then something unexpected happens and it shakes things up. So if every morning you tend to be kind of low energy, moody, and depressed, and then you force yourself to take a cold shower, that is going to interrupt your physiological and emotional pattern. It's gonna kind of shock the system. And this can actually be applied to dating because, like Julia was explaining before, girls have a pretty solid expectation about how guys normally pursue them, and then if you do something completely different, you swerve left when everyone else is going right, it's gonna be a pattern interrupt and she's gonna be confused and her interest is gonna be piqued. So basically all you have to do is ignore the bitches, the fishes, the women's. It's a very simple concept, but it's actually a bit more nuanced than that, because if you just ignore women all the time, well, they're not just gonna magically show up on your doorstep, right? There is you still have to pursue them to an extent. The key is to ignore them in very specific key moments when that's the last thing they expect. So we're gonna go through some quick examples because these moments, it's extremely hard to ignore her, because in these moments, every ounce of our core being wants to give her more attention. So let's say a girl takes 3 or 4 hours to respond to a simple text message. In that moment, you get the reply, all the dopamine receptors go off like, oh shit, bro, she's replied, Susie's back. And you're gonna wanna fire a quick text message. But you need to interrupt the pattern because that's what she's expecting. And if you wait another 3 or 4 hours, similar to how long she took, what's gonna happen?
Well, in her mind, she's gonna be like, crap, did I mess this up? Like, why isn't he texting me back? Because she's assuming that you're just gonna immediately send her a message.
And then when you finally do, now her dopamine's gonna go off, and you can see she's probably gonna be a little quicker after that. Or you ask her, do you wanna hang out sometime this week?
Sorry, I'm really busy this week.
Here she's expecting you to keep pursuing and to try again. Instead, ignore her. Send one more text like, well, if your schedule clears up, let me know, and then ignore her, not a single message more.
And if she likes you, in her mind, she's gonna be like, crap, did I just lose my chance with this guy? And likely in a few days, she's gonna send a message like, hey, I'm free on Saturday.
Or she sends you that message,
I just wanna get to know you better on here.
Send one more message, that's what the date is for, silly, and then ignore her, not a single message more.
She's used to getting validation from guys keep texting her, but this hard boundary is set. She realizes that you're not somebody that's playing this cat and mouse game with her.
Or this one's super common. You hang out with a girl a few times, you start to like her, and all of a sudden it seems like she's being distant. Maybe she's not texting you as much, or she's being vague about hanging out.
And for whatever reason, she's questioning this relationship or hanging out with you. And what most guys do, what she's expecting, is that you're gonna smother her. You're gonna be like, what's wrong? Let's make it work. Let's figure it out. And that's gonna push her even further. It's gonna make her realize nah, this isn't what I want. But instead,
if you just pull away, don't contact her for a full week and just see how she responds.
Give her that room to breathe, because in her mind, she's gonna start being like, wait, why is he pulling back? Oh, maybe I actually do wanna be with him.
Now, obviously, some girls are just not gonna like you no matter what you do, and in those moments, you have to be man enough just to move on. But this is the only way to consistently win in this new modern dating market with entitled women. And even bigger than that, if men as a whole start behaving like this and ignoring women in those moments they're messing around and playing games, well, that is how we turn the overall tide of the dating market and get women to start realizing that they can't do whatever they want. But it starts with us taking responsibility and changing our actions. By the way, if you've been struggling to consistently meet girls that you're actually interested in, and you would like my personal help to master this modern dating market, I just want to let you know that we are looking for a few more motivated guys to join my private coaching program, the Beast Dating Coaching Program.
I mean, before I joined the program, I would have a lot of flakes. It was always it felt like a struggle. After being in the program, I'm seeing two girls that I'm very attracted to.
I've had multiple dates during the week, which I honestly don't think I could ever do. Yeah, now I see myself as an attractive guy.
I'm on week 3 right now, and I'm already getting to the point where I'm getting dates consistently.
Just click that second link down in description to learn more and apply now. I will talk to all of y'all in the next video. Stay beastly.